Lisa thought the black soap had already shown her its worst. She had no idea the real nightmare was only just beginning. Lisa couldn't sleep. Every morning, the black patch spread a little further. Within weeks, it had reached both legs. The expensive creams no longer worked. Doctors couldn't explain it. Specialists were confused. Every test came back normal, yet her body continued to rot. At first, she hid it with long gowns, then with makeup, then with expensive perfumes. But nothing could hide the smell that slowly began coming from her wounds. The same rich men who once competed for her attention slowly disappeared, one after another. They stopped calling, stopped texting, stopped sending money. Lisa was confused. She bathed with the black soap even more. She believed maybe she wasn't using enough, but every bath only made things worse. The wounds spread faster. The smell became stronger. Her beautiful skin began peeling away in different places. Soon, even Zara could barely recognize her. One afternoon, Lisa returned to the old woman. This time, she didn't ask for money. She didn't ask for beauty. She fell to her knees, crying uncontrollably. Please, I've lost everything. I don't want the money anymore. I just want my life back. The old woman looked at her quietly, then spoke. I warned you. The soap was never free. It only borrowed you a life. That was never yours. Lisa cried even harder. There has to be a way. There must be a cure. The old woman slowly shook her head. The day you interrupted me, you also interrupted your chance to escape. Lisa's heart broke. She finally understood. Her greed had made her deaf. Months passed. The luxury apartment was gone. The expensive clothes were sold. The money had completely finished. The rich men who once competed for Lisa's attention had all disappeared. Some blocked her number. Others pretended they had never met her. The same people who once called her the luckiest woman in the city now crossed the road whenever they saw her. The smell coming from the wounds on her body became impossible to hide. Every morning, she woke up to fresh wounds. Every evening, more pieces of her skin peeled away. Doctors had no cure. Hospitals had no answers. The expensive black soap had taken everything it gave her. One afternoon, hungry, weak, and with nowhere else to go, Lisa made the hardest decision of her life. She returned to her village. The journey felt longer than she remembered. As she walked through the dusty roads, people stopped what they were doing. Children whispered. Women pointed fingers. Some covered their noses. Others simply stared. Isn't that Lisa? The girl that left here saying she would never be poor again? What happened to her? Every word pierced her heart. For the first time, she wished nobody remembered her name. When she finally reached her mother's small house, she stood outside the door for several minutes. She was too ashamed to knock. Slowly, she raised her trembling hand and knocked. Her mother opened the door. She looked at the woman standing outside, but couldn't recognize her. The beautiful daughter she once knew was gone. Her skin was covered with wounds. Her body looked frail. Her clothes were torn. Then Lisa whispered, "Mama?" Her mother's eyes widened. She dropped everything in her hands. "My child." She rushed forward, wrapped her arms around Lisa, and held her tightly. Lisa broke down, not because the pain had disappeared, but because after losing everything, she had finally found the only place where she was still loved. Lisa survived, but she never recovered. The wounds never healed. The smell never disappeared. Every single day, she lived with the consequences of the shortcut she chose. The money was gone. The luxury was gone. The beauty was gone. But the price remained with her for the rest of her life. Sometimes, the easiest road leads to the hardest destination. Every shortcut comes with a destination. Some lead to success. Others lead to lifelong regret. Never trade your peace, your dignity, or your future for temporary gain. The fastest road is not always the safest road. The end. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe because every week we bring you unforgettable African-inspired mystery and moral stories. Now tell me in the comments, do you think Lisa deserved what happened to her? And where are you watching from? I'd love to know where everyone is watching from.